Welcome back to Crypto Spaces, back with another Monad update for you guys. Monad looking great for the new year. Happy New Year, guys. Monad is looking fantastic, sitting just under 2-3 cent, and we're consolidating once again right here, accumulating for the next leg up. I think the next leg up is going to take us past the ICO price and past the all-time high. So now is a great time to accumulate. Again, like I said, guys, in my previous videos, I think 100,000 Monad is a great bet to make. Anywhere from 50,000 to 100,000. I know there's people with 500k, 800k, a million, 2, 3 million Monad coins, right? But don't compare yourself to those people. Don't try to compete, right? You focus on your own strategy and your own self, right? You invest what you're willing to lose, right? As my followers, as my supporters, anytime I tell you all about a project, I'm giving you an amount that I think is, achievable or doable for the regular person, right? Not the rich person, right? The person that's still on the come up, the person that's still getting started in the space, right? So, once you follow that strategy, you slowly invest, take your time. Not necessarily slow, because crypto to me is more faster, right? And it should be fast. Investing shouldn't be boring. It shouldn't be that slow. It should have a moderate pace, right? A moderate pace. And then you just make sure you have strategy, you manage your risk, you take profits into stable coins. But as far as Monad goes, Monad is already a major. You can keep your wealth in Monad. Just make sure you manage your risk when we do eventually start the token unlocks, which happens at the end of the year, right? But for now, going into the end of the year, I think Monad goes on a massive run. It's going to be the altcoin for 2026. I think it's going to be the outlier altcoin that even if the market conditions are bearish, Monad will still outperform the market, right? I think Coinbase is not going to let this fail as its first ICO. Like I said in previous videos, I don't think Coinbase is going to let Monad fail here. I don't think the founders are redundant and they're gonna let it fail. I think the founders are cooking. They've been cooking for years. They've literally built a community for Monad over the past years before launching the coin, right? Which is very bullish. A lot of these L1s came out of nowhere, right? They didn't build. They didn't have airdrops, etc. They didn't have something where the community was formed before the L1 went live, right? So I think they're very smart. I think the founders are very smart. I think the community of Monad, very smart people as well. I think Coinbase, very smart company, a team of people as well, right? So I think Monad will be extremely successful from here. And again, I think, we could see 20 cent Monad by January to February. I think that's the case, right? So accumulate while it's in accumulation phases, so you don't have to FOMO in when it starts to actually outperform, right? Again, like I said, when I tell you guys how much you should invest, I'm telling you amount that I think a regular person could afford. It's not gonna break the bank. If something does go wrong, you're not gonna end up in debt. You're not gonna have to take out loans, etc. We're keeping, and then once you get that first win, like for example, 100,000 Monad, 50,000 Monad goes to $1, 70 cents, $1, $2. Take profits on the way up. You put the profits in the stables and you keep them in stables. You could treat yourself, pay off some debts, and keep some of the rest stables for the next opportunity, because crypto always provides opportunities, right? And then obviously keep the rest of the investment in Monad for the long term, right? After you take profits along the way, right? It doesn't have to be that difficult, but the market itself, trading it, especially in bad times, when it's bad, it's really bad. When it's bad market conditions, it's really bad market conditions. But when it's good, just like in 2024, right? When it's good, it's really good. And when it's easy, it's really easy, right? So eventually that will come back to us. So Monad looking great. Taking a look at Shramp. Haven't made a Shramp video in a minute. Like I said, Shramp holding up pretty nicely, man. Shramp is holding up pretty nicely, pretty great. Like I said in my previous video, whenever that was, the first Shramp video, talked about it at 100k market cap, just a little bit under 100k. right? So we're already up 2x on Shramp, and Shramp is holding up pretty nicely. You could potentially see 10 million, 100 million, if not $1 billion Shramp, with Monad outperforming and being fantastic. The ecosystem will also be fantastic and do well, right? So when I made that first video, I told you guys just $100 in the Shramp, get 1 million tokens, right? Because once you have 1 million coins, tokens of Shramp, and it goes to 10 mil market cap, that's 10,000. 50 mil market cap, 50,000. 100 mil market cap, 100,000. But as always, take profits on the way up, right? Don't overinvest. Don't invest more than you're willing to lose. Don't be putting 5 to 10K in the Shramp. Something goes wrong, and then you think you wrecked your life, right? Because crypto makes people feel like they ruin their lives because they don't listen to the advice of managing your risk, taking profits, right? I myself guilty of that, right? I could have did way better with taking profits in 2024. Way better. And this 2025, last year, because it's the new year now, happy new year. But 2025, that was my worst year in crypto, so I didn't even have profits to talk about. 2025 is just a blip of hard times and negativity for me. Sad, depressing times 2025 was, right? But 2024, I could have taken profits way better, right? So I'm learning, just like you guys are learning. I know nobody's perfect. Everyone's learning. Everyone's getting better, right? So make sure you manage your risk. So say, for example, Shramp makes a move up to 10, 20 mil. I'm not touching my Shramp bags until like 10, 20 mil. If I think, looking for 1 to 5 mil targets when Monad is so cheap, and Monad could go to $1, 30 bill market cap from here. Yeah, I'm not touching my Shramp bags until like 10, 20 mil, right? So when it does go to 10, 20 mil market cap, then I'll take a little bit off the table, right? Obviously, my initial investment with some profits on top of that, but then I'll leave in a moon bag because you never know if it goes to 100 mil next, right? And that's how you do it. Be strategic, right? So, but Shramp looking great. Let's take a look at the Twitter before I close out the video. Take a look at the Twitter real quick. 453 followers. So the followers on Shramp are growing. Happy New Year from Shramp 2026. They're doing spaces, which is great. They're making the memes. 2026 is Shramp year. Okay. Oh, they made a meme. That's great. So Monad posted a meme plotting moves for 2027, and Shramp made a meme to play off the meme saying plot moves for 2027. So it's a meme coin. They're making funny memes. I love it, right? And I think, like I said, Shramp is going to be one of the good ones on Monad. So again, never invest more than you're willing to lose, guys. Please do not do that. And again, just $200 in Shramp right now gets you 1 million coins. I think that's more than enough. Just 1 million coins. You don't need 1% of the supply. Shout out to the people that could take the risk to get 1% of the supply. When we get more gains, when all of you guys, we get more gains going out throughout the year, then we take more risks. Then I'll be like, okay, maybe we could toss 3 to 4, 5K in this, right? But as we're building out, let's manage our risk as best as possible, right? But yeah, shout out to the people that got 1% of Shramp. You guys deserve it for taking that risk, right? And with taking that risk, you get more reward, right? That's simple. But I don't want you guys to overinvest, especially in memes. So $200 in Shramp gets you 1 million Shramp right now. I potentially see targets of 10 to 50 to 100 mil, if not 1 billion. It really could do that. Who's to say it can't? We saw that with Solana memes in 2024. This is 2026. It's a new year, fresh year. We could see the biggest liquidity event in 2026. So as always, none of this is financial advice. Shout out to the Shrampers out there. Like and subscribe. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I'll catch you in the next one.